Steve Colescott here, Chad Aichs. We're talking, the topic for this segment is going to be, Chad's someone that kind of puts everything into what he's doing. And you have learned, you mentioned to me, I think last time you were out, that you've learned that you need to do a little bit less. And
yes.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah. I think actually overtraining, and people bag on me sometimes because I talk about overtraining so much, but I think overtraining is basically like a plague in strength sports. You kind of have two types of people. You have the lazy people that you're going to have to push and push and push and push. And those are the people that don't have heart, which is what we kind of talked about earlier. They're never going to be champions. And then you have the people that are aggressive as hell, and they push and push and push. And these people you got to hold back. And most top athletes are this type of person. And I know a lot of guys that never get to the level they could get because they keep overtraining. And we have this mindset in America that more is better, and push harder and push further. And I'm definitely that type of person, but through my sleep, which we also talked about, my sleep being bad, I just don't recover for shit. And if you beat yourself up and you don't recover, and then you go back in and beat yourself up again, you're not getting stronger. I say very often, we break ourselves down in the gym. We basically beat ourselves up. We do not get stronger in the gym. We get stronger when we're out of the gym, when we recover from the gym. And a lot of people, as simple as that is, a lot of people don't understand that, or they refuse to accept that they haven't really recovered. So I found out when I started training, I started off a basic West Side template. And about every 4 weeks, everybody on my team would go to shit. I mean, we would be beat up, our speed would drop, our max lifts would drop. And I'm like, this is not right. And it was funny because I was reading about Mark Bartley, who was kind of having similar problems at the same time. And what he did is he had everybody do a deload week in the fourth week. Well, my aggressive mentality was like, no, I don't want to take a week off. So I'd rather spread this out so I'm still lifting more continuously, but there's more days off in between there. And then, I spread it out a little bit, I'd get stronger. Okay, maybe we need to go a little more. Maybe we need to go, and like the first couple times I'm doubting myself because nobody else was doing it. Everybody else is like, kill themselves, go to the gym, beat the crap out of themselves. But I'm like, my goal is to be the best I can be, and this isn't working. So then as I got stronger and stronger, I kept having to take more time off. And George Halbert was actually one of the first people I heard mention that as you get stronger, you're going to need more time off. And you are. You're stressed.
Greater inroads in your recovery.
Yeah, you're stressing your central nervous system. You have a greater ability to recruit more muscle fibers. You have a greater ability to push your body. Your technique at that point is more efficient, so you're lifting more weight, which is stressing your central nervous system. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. And one of the best notes I had on that is my partner was squatting around 9.5. And I said, that's it. I go, I need to spread it out. And I think we were spreading out to basically like 14 days at that point. And we got into a big fight. And he's like, fine, and I'll train on my own. And I go, fine, whatever. I go, we're doing this. I go, I always do what the team needs and try to meet a middle point. And right now we need to do this. And so finally he gave in. I knew he would. And man, it was within like 2 or 3 months he squatted his first 1,000 on a meet. And I kind of, say, Scott, how about that idea I had?
This entire topic makes me think of the importance of having a coach, because a lot of people, they can't self-regulate and they need somebody that has an outside perspective. Do you find that the fact that you act as a coach is a part of why you were able to kind of regulate yourself a little bit better?
Yes and no. I think with me it boils down to I'm a very goal-oriented person. And if my goal is to squat this amount of weight, I'm going to do whatever the hell it takes for that to happen. And sometimes, even if that's me like putting myself in check, going, Chad, yeah, you think you're recovering, but you're not. That's what I'll do. But from a coach and team standpoint, it helps a bunch. I even know to this point, when I started my team, it was a requirement that, like, you're going to learn technique. You're going to speak the hell up. You're going to help load plates. Everybody, we're a team. Everybody's going to do everything. And if I see somebody doing something wrong and somebody else doesn't say something, I'm going to jump their shit for not saying it. Yeah. And then when a guy comes in new, I'm always like, what did you do wrong? Till I know the guy starts getting it, And it got to the point where my guys are like, Chad, you're done, dude. You're done today. We can tell, we can see your speed, we can see how you look. Because there's a lot of signs for me when my sleep gets bad, and there's a lot of signs to overtraining. And when any one of us starts getting down there, you'll start hearing, hey, how's your appetite? How are you sleeping? How are you feeling? How's your flexibility? And like you hear all these questions start getting asked, and it's like, yeah, you're done, dude. And like we'll argue it. I've argued it. I've had time. There's times where I've went to the bathroom and those guys unload the bar, and I come back pissed off and reload it, and they're like, you're done. I'm like, I'm not. I'll do it. And then we get into a big argument match of how it looks, and I say it looks good, and they say it looks like shit. And usually they're right, but I still like to argue sometimes. So I think having a team and guys that are on board and that actually know is a huge thing, and I think that helped me a lot. Because I think I do have a lot of self-control, but like I said, I do stupid things all the time. And it took me longer and longer to this point when my partners go, Chad, knock it off. I'm like, crap. All right, I'm done. I don't like it, but at least I listen now. And one of the other things that I just thought of while we were talking, the sleep thing. When my sleep's at its best, like I wake up a lot, and what I found with watching my partners and their overtraining, if they do overtrain, their sleep will start getting screwed up too. And it starts very similar to my regular nights, like mine just won't get going to bed and waking up in the morning is not, it's actually unfathomable to me. I can't even imagine it. I'm rarely asleep longer than a couple hours at one time. But my partners all sleep normal. And we found out from like I said, the conversations, if things are going wrong, everybody sits down in the gym. Why is it going wrong? What's happening? And we'll have big discussions about it. And we found out over time that when they do start overtraining, their sleep will get bad. And it always starts by them being really restless and having trouble falling asleep and then waking up a lot during the night. Yeah. And it's like when I first catch that, next week you're either deloading or take it completely off. I don't really care, but you're not lifting heavy. And then within 4 or 5 days, their sleep goes back to normal. Okay. And I'm like, I don't want anyone to experience the crap I have with my sleep. So I'm like, no, that's it. You're done. If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering, you're going to make everything worse. You're not getting stronger. So stop. Just stop till it gets right.
Okay. Very good. Okay. The wisdom of doing less. Thank you, Chad. Mm-hmm.